So I'm just making pieces of things, different parts to eventually will be on the whale ship. Just parts and pieces, eventually little bits and things. Right now I've got a big piece clamped up here, waiting for it to cure. So in the meantime, I work on some painting and I work on little bits and pieces that can be clamped and glued together and then put on the whale later, like probably not till tomorrow because of the other pieces, but you get the idea. So for this I'm just gonna this is a resistor, and I've just glued some grommets to the ends, which I really like the way that kind of looked. And then I'm gonna just glue this little thing on there so it'll look like a strap holding it down when it's cured. Just wipe away some excess there. Where'd my cloth go? Just kind of straighten that sucker up a little bit and put it aside so it'll cure up nicely. And then my thought is I'm going to run this is just some copper wire. I'm going to insert some copper wire into that grommet and run it to one of the other pieces, or maybe even these springs might go in there as well, and see where they go. But I'll leave that for now and just let that cure, and then on to other pieces here. So one of the other things I want to do is I've got this little arrow and this little oddball piece, and what I want to do, and I'm sort of torn right now what really to do with it. My nails are all yellow because I've been painting. So excuse that, but ideally I'd like that to be able to spin. I think that would look like a really neat thing, and I want to put it on the top of the shelter for the aquarium part, which all makes sense eventually in the end. But I can't seem to figure out a way to how to put that in there so that it's got a little hole there, but somehow so that I can put it in and still turn. I can just push it in, but then it could still pop out, I guess, if you really had a lot of force or whatever. So I'm not sure yet about that. I need to think about that one some more. But yeah, I'm not sure about that one. So I'll just play with some other pieces in the meantime. Just kind of, this is how I work. I just sit and try pieces together and see what looks neat, what looks cool to me, and if it looks interesting, then like that looks nice together. But there's something that needs to be used for like a pulley of some kind, because I'm going to save that one out. I don't want to use that for something else. And I got this guy, which I really like. I've attached a piece to that and a little cap, and I think that'll make a really interesting, yeah, that looks good. I like that. So that can go right in there, so I'll just dip that right in there, and that can go right into the, so then that can sit. And then that could get mounted onto a piece, onto a body, or a, I'm not sure yet. but that's a really nice fit. I'm just gonna I'll just leave that to cure. So this is JB Weld, which I use a lot. JB Weld. It's a 2-part epoxy. You mix the white and the black together in equal amounts, and it makes for like gluing metal to metal. You can't beat it. The other type of glue I use sometimes is this one, which is called E6000. It's just like a silicone type base, and it's great for lots of things. Most things, glue. The secret to glue is clamping, 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 clamping. If you can at all clamp it, that will service you far better than anything else. I mean, some things you just can't clamp, so that's life, you know. But so then I had, where's that little clamp go? Oh, here's a little piece I did this morning. It's probably, I just glued, JB welded that onto there. I say glue all the time, but I usually mean JB Weld. And I just kind of like the way that looks. See, something like that could look really cool. That glued to that. Oh yeah, I like that. See, this is just how it works, you know. And so I'm not going to glue that down right now, because depending on what I'm putting it on, if it's on the whaler, if it's, you know, it could look good that way, or it might look better that way. So those two pieces though, I'm going to put aside, and I'll put them together so that I remember that they go together. And yeah, so I just have like a bunch of bits and pieces all around here that I just pull out of different things, and just start playing with them, putting things together, and kind of see what happens. This piece, I really want to get these little things out of there, or I might have to just cut it, because I think these little individual leaves will be awesome to work with. I can just see so many possibilities with those. But that's something I haven't been able to quite figure out yet, so that's getting put aside as well. It came from a motor, where this is what's left of the motor from where I tore apart the motor. These pieces also came from that, and a bunch of really great pieces came from that. Nice pieces of metal. So it's just sort of a little insight into what's on my desk today and what I'm working on in the studio today. I'm also working on some painting. In the meantime, when I have too much stuff up to cure, I go and work on painting on the easel for a bit, and then when I'm waiting for stuff to dry there, I come back over here into my desk and work here. So I'm sort of shifting between the two pieces or places, and I'm kind of in production mode right now, because I'm trying to get as much work as I can done for the London Artist Studio Tour, and which is coming up in October, and I'll keep you posted. And if you want to get more information, you can always go to my website, maryjoswick.com, and sign up for the newsletter, which I'll email you out information about exhibitions and that kind of thing, and where I am, and upcoming shows, and all that sort of stuff, what I'm working on, the latest things. And so there's something. And thanks for watching.